Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Uh, Sauce. Why are you hiding?
Oh, I
Are
have
you
no
playing
reason to
peekaboo
hide.
with the audience?
You know I am. Uh,
That's fair.
I'm not hiding because of all the terrible things I'm planning on doing to your characters at all.
You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Everything is great. Everything is fine with a capital F today. Thank you so much for joining us for our next session of Masks: A New Generation. As always, this is a charity channel, so you can affect our game with your bits and your subs. You can see on your screen and also down below in the About Me section what those types of rewards can get you. And if you cannot afford to financially affect our game, we understand. We're just excited to have you here hanging out with us in chat. So sit back, hang out, relax for me because I am not very relaxed right now, and accrue those channel points, and you can use those to affect our game as well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Sauce so we can get the introductions going.
Welcome. I'm Sauce, Gray, he, him, and today I'm going to be playing some masks with my friends. But let me introduce them. Firstly, we have Mabruk, aka Jamie Ferris, aka Ramad, aka Vague Repose, formerly known as the Darkomancer.
Yeah, dig up more old names.
Yeah. This,
Reveal all the secrets.
here's my file on you.
Oh no.
Here's your personal information, your home address, and your blood type.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what my blood type is. Anyway, speaking of things I don't know, hi, I'm Mabruk. He, they. I'll be playing Jamie Faris. Hero name is Ramad. Their pronouns are they, them. And they are the Doomed playbook.
Doomed.
You GIF.
Cool. Next up, we've got Jen, aka Koski Sigma, aka Storyteller of Scotland, aka Laughmaker Scotland, aka Jaina Lay, aka Aeon Storm.
Right, I'm Jen. I'll be playing Jaina/Aeon Storm. I'll be playing the Nova Playbook. It's fine. And I go by she, her. So does Jaina.
Cool. Next up is Kadruffle, aka Ethan, aka Nielsen Peabody, aka Nobody.
Yes, hello. I am Ethan. I go by he, him, and I will be playing Nielsen, the robot boy, Peabody, who goes by he, they, and is the outsider playbook.
I just kind of wish the playbook was the robot boy.
That's a future expansion.
And last but not least, the Hype Goblin, aka Sarah, aka oh gosh, I'm blanking. Crystal Blake, aka RGB, aka Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
There it is. Hey y'all, I'm Sarah. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Crystal Blake, who is the Beacons playbook and also uses she, her pronouns.
I'm trying not to get too attached in case this game goes utterly sideways.
It's fine.
It's fine. So when we last left our plucky teen squad, they were in the midst of celebrating a long weekend. Though Crystal's celebrations were cut short when she realized her parents were having marital troubles. Rather than dwell on that, they went down to Jaina's tower for a little rest and relaxation as Nielsen freaked out about the impending end of a world. But before any conversation could really be had, they were beset on all sides by parade balloons led by the villainous parade master known as Balloon Master and his new sidekick, seemingly, Shuttlecock, the teen hero who went missing. As the rest of the heroes were fighting this villainous pair, Crystal Blake's father appeared, admitted that he was disappointed in her before transforming into a robot not dissimilar to Nobody, and then proceeded to push poor Crystal Blake out the window. What will happen? Who knows? I don't. But let's start off with Ramad. Where were you when Crystal fell out of a window?
If I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
I was face to face with
Balloon Master.
I was face to face with Balloon Master after I helped push some balloons to get Shuttlecock into the net.
Yes. Shuttlecock
Crystal?
fell after Jaina pulled him off the building.
Yeah.
And he was safely ensconced in a net. Jaina, where was Aeon Storm at this moment? She was just floating in the air between two buildings after plummeting poor Balloon Master to his near death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was like at the top of the building between the two buildings, watching this Balloon Master fall. No remorse on her face.
Cool. Where was Nielsen when this was all happening?
Nielsen had just saved Shuttlecock, our badminton-themed villain, from plummeting.
And Crystal, where were you?
I'm sailing away.
Okay.
Crystal is currently just doing her imitation of a leaf on the wind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
No.
All right, so Balloon Master will just sort of look to whomever is closest. I think that would be Ramad, right? All right, so as Balloon Master is kind of falling, you see his eyes start to blink open, and he pulls one of the balloons off of his coat, and he kind of twists it. And before he hits the pavement, he has made himself a pair of wings, which he uses to fly over the crowd of onlookers who have gathered to see why all the balloons are exploding. Nielsen, in your hands, Shuttlecock is thrashing. He has got got two tiny rackets out. And when you look at them, you see the edges of them are razor sharp.
If you would like, I can let you go.
And he says, I have a job to do.
Last time he told me that my eyes that I don't have are filled with ghosts, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How strong are the windows on these buildings?
There is one way to find out. You can either assess the situation or try to do some, or figure it out in a more elaborate way if you can think of one.
Maybe. Yeah, I will use my belong in two worlds ability to try and simulate the safest way to deal with this villain. Okay, that's good. What is my superior? It's good. So that's a 10. So I believe I get to hold 3.
Okay. There are various ways you could think of to take this guy out. Compared to other teen heroes, he doesn't seem too competent. He also seems a little off kilter because he's clearly going through something, what with his wacky eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You figure if you throw him through this window, there is about a 50% chance that he will go through, a 50% chance that he will just bounce off.
Can, Does he have any tech on him?
He has he has a remarkable amount of shuttlecocks. He's got a bag that has several more rackets in it. His belt is just lined with shuttlecocks of each one with like a different colored feather to denounce what its function is.
then can I, on my hold 3, I can receive a useful piece of alien technology that will allow you to use any ability from, well, I guess it's from another playbook. I don't know what those would be off the top of my head. So consult consult the knowledge or clear condition. I don't have conditions, so would it? I guess that would be another. That would be a different role.
No. Tell me what your idea is.
I was just wondering if I could make a large, out of his many smaller shuttlecocks, make a large one that would allow him to sail safely down to the surface.
Give him aerodynamics.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little, well,
Because I have alien tech as
unleash your
another
power.
ability.
Yeah.
Like if he has shuttlecocks on his arms or stuff, it could be basically like gliders.
Exactly.
I like that image.
Whatever I'm rolling, I got a 9, and then
Unleash your power, and then I will tell you the result.
freak, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's an 11.
All right. There is a moment where you're just kind of you scan him Cylon style, and you realize you can remotely hack his shuttlecocks, and with a little bit of inserting malicious code, you immediately ignite all of the shuttlecocks on his belt, which rocket him as if he had a little belt, and he's going around in loops before he just goes kind of on a very gentle arc down to the ground.
Fantastic. Perfect. I will then try and position myself, because I believe Crystal is above me, correct? Falling.
I don't think you would realize that she's falling yet.
Okay. Well,
And
then I'm
not
just
hear
going to.
her.
But Crystal, what are you
Yes?
doing as you fall? You're just kind of.
Yeah, she's making a slide whistle sound right now, I think. What do I see anything below me that I could launch the net arrow to, much like I broke Shuttlecock's fall when they were falling last episode to create a net for myself to fall into? Do I see anything like that?
There are several balloons that are still hanging around. You're not too sure about their tensile strength. There's a building across the street from you. There is an American flagpole, because I realize that those things are on everything. If Spider-Man has taught me anything, it's that they're always
on every building. Okay. I am going to. Gosh, how would she pull this off? I'm going to try and pull off a ridiculous stunt here, and I'm going to try and explode myself away from the building with one of my explosive arrows to a balloon, and just take another arrow in my hand and just kind of poke it into the balloon and just kind of hang there for a minute.
You're gonna rocket jump.
That will slowly deflate and get me to the ground safely.
Okay, roll me and unleash your power.
Okay, I have actual dice for this. Here
I believe in you.
That's an 8 plus what?
Freak.
Plus freak. That's a -1 for me, so that will be a 7.
Okay. Do you want this? Let's see. On a 7 to 9, you can either mark a condition, or I will tell you how this is unstable or temporary.
Oh, do I take a condition? I already have 2.
Join the 4 club.
I want to know how it's unstable or temporary.
Okay, so you managed to pull out an explosive arrow from your quiver, and you launch it into the building. And this building is apparently much less resistant to explosions than you expected, because as it explodes and pushes you away, you can just see like some of the floors start to collapse.
Gray, did you click out of the closed captioning?
No, it still shows me in there. Uh-oh. Can y'all see me?
Mm-mm. I see
And
you
hear
in the
me?
call, but it's not picking up your closed captioning.
Weird. My mic is still on. I don't know what happened. I'll just finish this thought.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, let me just refresh. No, you can't use my webcam. Join now.
It's fine. I'll just hang out on the
Hello?
side of the balloon.
I see it
check.
in the closed captions now.
Yeah,
There we go.
I see you now.
Cool. Yeah, this propels you into a balloon, and it is of celebrity chef Guy Fieri. And as you are venturing down Flavor Town, you get your arrow out to try to stick the landing. And it does that like Errol Flynn going down a like a sail in a pirate movie thing where it is sliding down as it tears the balloon a new one. But as you get lower and lower, you lose your grip on this arrow and you are plummeting again before you come to a stop. And you realize the ropes that people use to hold on to the balloons. One of them has wrapped around your ankle and you are dangling from it now.
Well, it's not great, but it's better. Technically, right? Hell?
All right. All right, Jaina, you are up. What is Jaina doing at this moment?
I think Jaina, after seeing the balloon master kind of jettison off and Shuttlecock being dealt with by nobody, realizes that Crystal Blake is falling to her doom, catches herself, is very impressed and applauds, and realizes she keeps falling and is like, oh shit, and goes after her.
All right. Let's say that is a defend action.
Okay.
Because you're trying to defend her from the ground.
Okay, so what is defend? Remind
This is
me
plus
again.
savior.
Plus savior. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 11.
Okay.
Wait, is it defending somebody?
Yes, you are defending.
Well, I
yeah.
have the insecure
to choose
condition,
Mhm.
so it's a -2 to my defend.
Yeah.
Still a 9.
Yeah, on a 9, you expose yourself to cost, retribution, or judgment. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is for.
You're doing the wrong one, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Danger or escalate the situation.
Yeah. Do you want to expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation?
I think I will expose myself to danger just to keep Crystal safe.
Okay. As you kind of swoop in, you manage to kind of you get Crystal in a little bear hug, so she's not falling, and you put her in the building that is not currently on fire, the one across the street, unfortunately. But as you're about to say something to her, just maybe asking if she's all right, a large hot dog balloon comes crashing into you from the side, knocking you asunder. And I need you to take a powerful blow. If you could roll
Okay.
plus conditions.
Okay.
We're gonna have to save Jaina from falling now.
You might, if she passes
Okay.
out.
Yeah. So I want to roll low plus
Yeah, you want to fail. It is plus your conditions.
+4. Okay.
So do you
I
have
wanna
to get
roll
a
2.
uh-huh?
I need a 2.
It might happen.
I need
We're
my
doing
worst
really well,
die.
y'all.
Where's my worst die? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I rolled a 5 and a 2 +4.
Plus 4. So that is an 11.
Yep.
All right. On a 10 plus, you must either remove yourself from the situation, you flee, you pass out, you lose control of your power in a terrible way, or you take 2 options from the 7 to 9 list. You lash out and provoke a teammate to a foolhardy action. you struggle past the pain in Mark 2 conditions, which I don't think you can do,
Nope.
or you give ground, and your opponent's, isn't that one of the ones? You give ground, you struggle past the pain. Oh no, it's only the, oh yeah, you give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. As you're being kind of attacked by this Oscar Mayer Wiener balloon, you see Balloon Master has appeared behind you. In one hand, he has a balloon sword, and in the other, he has like a balloon pistol. Both of these are like, like just twisted up regular balloons.
Yeah, I think carrying on from her anger from before she would lose her powers in an undesirable way.
Okay, then I need you. Actually, tell me what it looks like when you basically explode with power.
All right, so as this Oscar Mayer Wiener hot dog kind of impacts her, she goes skidding across the landscape, and Balloon Master kind of appears with his pistol and sword like some weird pirate. This kind of energy, kind of like an Event Horizon pulsation that you see in these sci-fi movies, kind of emits from her center and explodes outwards in this weird nebulous ripple that kind of shapes and warps reality around her.
Oh yeah,
And almost brings in like plant from her home planet and realities from her home world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the side of the building that you were just adjacent to is sort of like, it looks like it has melted and then like solidified almost in an instant. So it's sagged, it's kind of curled up, and it's got this strange alien plant growth from it. But Crystal, as this thing's blooming out of your friend, I need you to roll to take a powerful blow to avoid getting kind of sucked in this.
This is one that I want to do bad on, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
I'm not going to use the lucky dice. Hang on.
Yeah, pick your worst dice.
I'm going to get the ones that RJ got for me. These ones in particular don't roll well. Except for tonight.
Hooray!
I rolled double sixes on 2d6.
Okay. Congratulations. So, as before, you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or you can lash out to verbally provoke a teammate. In this case, I think that Jaina would be the only one present. You give ground and your opponent gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain in Mark 2 conditions. You gotta pick two of those from the 7 to 9 list, if you choose to pick from the 7 to 9 list.
Okay, let me...
I'm okay with you shouting at me.
I think Crystal's just gonna go unconscious and
Oh no!
yeah.
As the reality starts to warp around your feet, Crystal, the structure of the building kind of gives out, and you fall down a couple of stories, just basically as these floors pancake each other, and you get caught under some rubble. Okay. Ramad, what is Jamie doing at this moment?
Where am I and what am I looking at?
Do I have to mark
Other than the
for that
giant.
No, because that was a
No.
success.
Oh, okay.
You need to roll. Yeah, you need to
Gotcha.
actually roll like
Okay.
6 or lower. So, other than the giant, bright, extra dimensional star bent reality that I just witnessed,
Mm-hmm.
what's there in the scene?
There is. I'm picturing this being above you.
Yes,
where you
for
are.
sure.
You're currently on a balloon, right? Above you, you can see that Jaina's tower. There are just plumes of smoke bellowing from it. Across the street, you see that another tower is looking kind of like a wax mannequin that has been left out in the sun. mixed with like a strange amount of alien plant life that is seemingly consuming the entire building. And you can see that's this has also affected the structural integrity of that building. And then
So, yeah,
there is
okay.
also Balloon Master, who is.
I think it's appropriate if I just roll assess the situation.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think that's it. That's basically what I'm asking here.
Yeah.
And I rolled a double 6. I need to switch my dice.
You're rolling too good.
I want to fail to level up. But I think I subtract things. It's plus
superior.
So that's +1 actually. And then -2 because I'm guilty. So that's at 11.
Okay, you can ask 2 questions. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And take +1 when acting on them.
Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. Who here is in the greatest danger?
Probably Crystal.
Do I see Crystal? That's actually a big question.
I will say you saw Crystal get like ferried off by Jaina, but you don't see her currently.
Okay. And this isn't really in the list, but does the structural damage of the building seem like it's going to continue escalating? Like, is the building going to fall?
It looks like a few more floors may fall, but it should be all right.
Okay. Acting on this knowledge, I'm going to try and navigate through balloons towards where I saw Crystal's vicinity was.
All right. As you are kind of ghosting from balloon to balloon, eventually this little get well soon, those kind of foil balloons, just kind of floats down in front of you, and it hangs there for a second before exploding.
Hey, I think actually like Jamie just is like stares at it for like 3 seconds, not moving.
And as this thing explodes in front of you, sending Jamie reeling back, if you could take a powerful blow, you hear the cackling of Balloon Master, who is just saying, "I've taken on Apex. You think you teen heroes are anything compared to the master of latex?"
No. No. Stop this. I surrender. I think I'm going to go switch my dice.
Did you roll really well again?
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Oh no.
Plus I have 2 conditions. Yeah.
All right.
And I got an 11.
Then on an 11, are you going to remove yourself from the situation?
I'm going to lose control of myself and my powers in a terrible way.
All right. Tell me what this looks like.
Okay. I think because as I previously mentioned, with holding a humanoid form, it's something that Jamie has to actively focus on. With this sporadic action here, I think Jamie is maybe for a bit is unable to actually hold a physical form, and is just the particles are basically lashing out. It's up to you if I use any more of my powers or break something here.
Oh yeah,
but I'm a giant dust cloud that I can't control.
I will say when this get well soon balloon kind of exploded, I imagine it not knocking you back, but like dispersing you.
Yeah,
almost looking like
I'm a shrapnel grenade.
Yeah, and as you're just kind of swirling around, it is sucking in the parade balloons, almost like a vortex.
Oh boy!
And chopping them all up. And I will say, Nielsen, you have lost whatever footing you had, and you and Shuttlecock has already been rocketed safely to the ground.
And I am flying.
But yes, you are not currently flying. You are currently falling, and yeah, I will just say that will happen. You are falling. This is not a good situation for anybody, but it is also your turn.
I'm gonna go get another dice.
Yeah. Get rid of the weighted dice.
Everything's fine. Crystal's just taking a nap.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Ethan, I think you need to refresh your closed captioning. It's not picking up.
It is being. How about now?
No.
It's lighting up for me.
It's just technical difficulty day.
How? Oh, nope, I'm muted. How about now?
There we go.
Yes.
All right. This is being very difficult today. So, the building, well, Jaina exploded. The building is not looking great. Jaina's building is on fire, but just the top part where it was initially on fire. Jamie exploded,
Yes.
and Crystal is nowhere to be seen.
You saw her go into a window with Jaina prior to the explosion.
Mhm. Okay. Where is Balloon Master?
Balloon Master is currently between the two buildings facing Jaina. He is being held aloft by a pair of rubbery balloons.
How many balloons are left now that Jamie has
No-
eviscerated some?
None of the parade balloons are left.
Okay. Yeah, he's just out there in the middle. I'm not very good at directly engaging threats. That seems like the best thing to do right now, though, is get rid of this guy.
But think of the story potential.
You could try and either collect me or save Crystal. Or you
Fine.
That just things keep getting worse, though. We need things to stop getting worse. I guess if I what would it be to try and find Crystal? Because he is more equipped to deal with popping balloons.
I think that would just be what you would do on your turn.
I would like to try and find Crystal.
All right. As you go into the rapidly altering building to across the street.
I have an idea of how I do this.
Yeah.
I am going to use my new what's it called? Technopathy.
Mm-hmm.
To utilize all of the Roombas.
Oh my god.
The building to scan and find where Crystal is.
All right, Crystal, you are currently half trapped under a pile of rubble. Your legs are pinned. And as you kind of blink awake, you just feel a Roomba just kind of.
Exactly. Yes.
You kind of blink dust out of your eyes. It is hard to see, but what you can make out is the structure of this entire building is still warping despite Jaina's display of power having ended a bit ago. It seems to have it seems to be a slow but steady transformation into a more alien spire. And you are muted.
She's gonna call out for help from her friends again.
Nobody. You know exactly her position.
Yes, I'm going to go and try and assist her out of there.
All right. I picture you probably just try to phase her through whatever rubble she's pinned under.
It's had mixed results with not me things before, and I don't know how Crystal's body would deal with being one with concrete.
Only one way to find out.
I mean, I'm currently pinned by said concrete, so.
Yes, but that's outside of you and not one with you.
That's fair.
All right, I will say that you find Crystal. Crystal, you can speak and take non-physical actions. So like assessing the situation, but otherwise you are You're a little out of it.
I think I was just before I was looking if I had any skills, but there's not. I can't turn the Roomba into like a jack or something to move that stuff up. So I think maybe because we need RGB. So it's like, do you want to try and face through the ground?
Yeah?
You don't, but
My
okay.
dad was here. Have you seen my dad?
No. Face.
Unleash your power, Nielsen.
Oh, okay. That's
I
a
believe.
13.
All right. You and Crystal just right down the floor perfectly. And you land in a small recreation area where there is a foosball table and snacks awaiting somehow. It was somebody's birthday.
I'm going to move us over to the side just in case the floor goes in again.
You are now in a less entertaining janitorial closet. As you regain your solid form, a dirty mop just kind of plops on your head.
Ow.
Jaina, you have just you are slowly terraforming a building somehow after losing control of your powers.
Oh boy. I think she'll be trapped in that sort of mindset where she's just feeding off the power that she possesses, and she's going to reality storm this balloon master and take his balloons away.
All right. Is that something that just happens, or is it an unleash
I
your
have to
power?
roll for it. I have
Okay,
to roll
good.
for it. Don't worry. But I use my freak instead of danger.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. 8, 9, 10. -2, 8. Because
Okay.
it's directly engaging a threat.
All right. Then how are you going to engage this threat? Are you going to resist their blows? I assume that the taking something from them is the balloons.
Yes.
But you can choose one of these. I'll post them up in our chat. You can resist their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I guess right into the opposition because I took away his toys by just snatching them out of reality.
Nah, that's taking 2. You can take 1.
Then probably, I mean, if I'm taking something from him, that would be it.
All right, but as you kind of are weaving towards him, just kind of shedding power as you do, you see Balloon Master raises up this balloon pistol, this thing that just looks like a long balloon that's been twisted into the rough shape of a gun or a croissant. It's kind of hard to tell, but you need to take a powerful blow as a very real bullet is shot from it.
Okay.
With the sound of a pop.
I rolled a 2.
That's better.
4. So 6.
Make sure to mark potential as you kind of avoid this bullet. And with a flick of your wrist, there's a flash of light, and where Balloon Master once had his balloons, now he has nothing. His jacket made of uninflated balloons has vanished, and he is now currently falling with nothing to break his fall.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to Ramad.
Am I able to collect myself?
I will say as you are collecting yourself, as you gain a rough shape, you kind of look like a statue of a person made of ash. It is very difficult for you to gain any kind of like human features.
Dust storm with dust storm hands.
Yeah, you're basically just a like a snowman made of ash.
Sure.
And as you're in this rough state, you can see that now bridging the 2 buildings where this dust storm once was, a large kind of purplish crystal has formed. long
Okay.
and bridging the two areas, and kind of
Is it-
pulses with a familiar power.
Yeah. Okay. I don't. It's always been purple.
Yeah, it's kind of it's purple.
Sure. Yeah, I like that actually. What happened in the previous action counts as exerting myself, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark my doom track,
Oh no.
and that unlocks a doom sign, which I shall reveal when appropriate later. Okay. I see this, and I don't want to be here anymore immediately.
Later, nerds.
I want to be as
I'm
far as
out.
I want to be as far from here as possible. So I do a 180, and I see a balloon man falling. I was like, I'm going to repress the memory that I just gained 2 seconds ago, and focus on the balloon man. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that I saw that. I don't want to deal with this, and I will. I'm imagining he's like screaming, shouting while falling down. Is he scared?
What is a balloon master without any balloons?
And there are no balloons to break his fall.
There are not. You have destroyed them all.
Is the
Which begs the
net
question: where are
below-
you standing right now?
Yeah.
Or are you
Because I
falling as
did
well?
destroy the. I am falling as well. Shit. Yeah, no. This requires some like big stuff here. I would like to use an adult move.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark another 2.
This sounds interesting.
And that is to wield my powers instead of the usual unleashing.
Okay.
I'd like to continue. Like, I'd imagine the already like misshapen dust storm ashen thing. I'm leaving it abstract, but I'm going to try and push myself into the wall, into the building, and use that to propel myself.
Mhm.
I'm going to push myself off the building towards the balloon guy.
All right.
And
So
hopefully
you're gonna
I'm
try to
able
ricochet off the building, and
not really, like just I'm pushing myself off the building. I was like very close to, because I was like approaching Crystal. I remember,
Mhm.
and hopefully be able to hit him.
Mhm.
Who knows what happens to him? That's not really part of my plan, honestly. And either I'm not really in control, even though this is like wielding my powers, either hitting the net that was already there a while ago from Crystal, or
and that
into
was
another
suspended
building.
by balloons.
It was suspended by balloons, so I'm going to probably hit another building if possible.
All right. You kind of push
to roll
yourself
now.
off of the. Oh yeah.
I still need to roll.
Roll away.
So who knows if it's successful or not. Plus freak. I'm using 2 different dice this time. And it's an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Plus.
oh.
Wait, sorry. I should have give you the total. Plus a number. Plus 2. That's a 10.
All right. Now
On a hit,
Yep.
choose 2, because it's a 10 plus.
that is on a hit. Choose 1. On a 10 plus. Choose 2. And what was your final roll? It was an 8 in total.
10.
All right, then. Then by all means.
Yeah, so
take 2.
So I am creating something useful for my environment, I guess, by using the buildings to propel.
Mhm.
And I would like to neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
All right. As you catch Balloon Master in the air, and there's just this puff of ash, as you basically, you know, when you see somebody kind of fall and it just, I imagine that, but in the air, where you're just like, before you sail gracefully back into Jaina's tower, smashing through the window and using basically Balloon Master to break the window open.
Oh no.
And there's a loud crack, and the screaming that Balloon Master was unleashing is stopped. And when you look down, he's very unconscious.
I have a thing with hurting adult supervillains, I think.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think that's it for me.
Yep. Nielsen, you have successfully phased Crystal into a janitorial closet.
I will.
I will say, if you comfort or support, you can remove one of Crystal's conditions.
How many conditions do you have?
Oh, you are muted.
I have 2.
Okay. I think that you are fine for now. I don't know how Nielsen would help in this this scenario.
There.
I think Nielsen will just say, "This has gotten a little bit out of hand. This is bigger than usual, right? This isn't normal."
Where are we?
Across the street. Well, here. What was across the street?
Oh, I will say that with Balloon Master now neutralized, or out of any kind of turn order, you can act however you please.
I was just up in the tower. Where? What happened?
Why did you say, what about your dad?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Your parent. One of your parents.
Yeah, my dad showed me out the window. Was it my dad? Has my dad ever been my dad? Is my dad my dad? When was my dad last?
I don't think that Nielsen would actually be able to ask that question that I just asked, thinking about it.
Yeah, I thinking about it, I don't think Nielsen could probably parse what's going on.
I mean, I did ask, the first thing that she asked you when she came to was, did you see my dad? So
Nielsen cannot talk about other people's parents anymore. Yeah, he got rid of that. So I think he was just like, did you see, you saw someone? Who? What? But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Danny only removed, he removed the word father from your lexicon.
I cannot refer to other people's parents. Is how he worded it. And I said, won't that be complicated? And he said, make it not complicated.
That didn't, that backfired.
You could refer to him as my adult supervisor.
Or guardian.
Or guardian. I don't know. Guardian's really close to parent, though, depending on the context.
But what? Why would you think? What is your what?
He was
I'm
here,
going to
and then he
send a
looked like
text
you.
out. I'm just doing a real quick send a text out to the other two. It's like, are you okay? As we're having this conversation.
I will say that in Jamie's case, when they turned
the building. My phone is in the building.
Oh, I was also going to say, when you turned completely into dust, anything Jamie had in their pockets probably fell to the ground.
So I don't have pockets when I'm like, I take off all of my clothing.
Yeah.
Go in the bag. So
anything you did have. As for Jaina, when you pull out your phone, you see it too has been reality warped, and you are now holding a strange piece of alien terrain that kind of writhes in your hand slightly as if it were alive.
He pets it and says, "Oh, it's okay." And she makes her way towards the room she occupies and just kind of lands in her former flat and looks at the mess.
Your flat is still flooded with gas.
Oh, no. She'll tuck away those strange little rock creature and kind of cover her nose and think for a moment as she kind of pulls the fire alarm to, push the gas out via water.
All right. As you pull the fire alarm, one by one, all of the sprinklers go off. the fire alarm was actually already going off because one of your floors is literally on fire. And also now elevators have been disabled, and you see a little glowing light pathway to the closest fire escape.
Watches the mess and sighs and looks down and looks around for her friends and calls for them. I got a pet rock.
You see, as you look in your hand, you see there are just like hundreds and upon hundreds of tiny needles now stuck in your palm from where you pet this rock.
It's a hedgehog, porcupine. I don't know. Go land on the street. Maybe a porky rock? I don't know.
The parade organizers have all fled from the bottom floor from the streets. They have run away. You see that police are setting up barricades, just kind of blocking off the roads. Firefighters have been dispatched.
What? How did you end up down here?
What do you mean?
Not in the closet. I brought you to this floor. How did you end up not in the building?
My dad came to see me at work. And then he turned into you, but not you. Not you like you look now, but you like you look when you don't look like you now. And
Mm-hmm.
then he pushed me.
Well, we did know that there was a me that was looking out, like looking after us. But
We need to find the others.
fly, go to the window, look around, break it, and then Crystal and I will.
I think my
Fly
dad might
over.
also be Emil. She says as she runs to the window.
Oh, Emil. That makes more sense.
Not a snack.
Not Emil. I mean, my dads are also snacks. They're adorable.
All right. You managed to reconvene in the lobby of Jaina's tower. You see firefighters are kind of rushing up the stairs as Jaina's kind of strolling down, probably. And I don't know if you'd still be in her alien form or if you would have taken her human form. Elizabeth, however, is nowhere to be seen.
What did you do with Balloon Face?
That is up to you. You're the one who, Jamie is the one who took them out.
I'd imagine Jamie went unconscious as well
Okay.
from the impact.
I will say you are not unconscious, but you are like very seriously concussed.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And you're just, I imagine Jamie would just leave Balloon Master for the cops.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't really care about the guy.
I'll steer
What does it
Jamie
solve?
into the lobby as I just kind of stick this rock creature to like a bit of styrofoam and hold it up.
Is Jamie like wrapped in a curtain, or did you bring their clothes?
Jamie's just snake
still
out.
I'm still in dust form.
Okay.
It's easier, it's easier on me to remain in dust form actually.
We need to find
Lashing.
Danny.
I need to find clothes.
I made
Right.
a rock pet.
I think that my dad is Nielsen, but not Nielsen. Like one of Nielsen's. Are they siblings? Are you? Do you refer to the other ones that are like you as siblings?
Well, I mean, we have all sorts of roles, but
If Danny is your old
Right.
father,
But for the my head hurts really bad. What do I refer to them as?
well, I mean, the full name would be I guess.
Could you call him by his first name?
I think
Danny,
Leslie
yes,
could
I
all
can
know
refer to Danny, but
Could you refer to other people's fathers by their first name?
I don't know their first name.
No,
Uh,
she's
Neil-
asking like what's a simple
But the-
term that she can use
yeah.
to refer to the other robot
I mean,
people
it's
as.
The robots.
Model N protective bodysuit, but that's not really any more helpful.
Right. I'm
How
gonna
do you
call them the
differentiate
suits.
between each other?
Okay.
Okay. So
Handed Jamie some
Scooby-
clothes.
Scooby Doo guy
Big
came to
dude.
my house and said that Emil
Uh-huh.
had been there, but Emil's never been to my house. And then my dad shows up here wanting to see me at work, but it's not really my dad. It's one of the suits, and he shoves me out the window. So if one of the suits is my dad, then maybe the Bloodhound guy hasn't been tracking Emil. He's been tracking one of the suits. And he thought that Emil was at my house because the suit was at my house being my dad.
Crystal,
Yeah?
can you disconnect Nielsen completely from the CPP?
Maybe? I don't know.
Nielsen,
I
can
can
you
try.
go stay in the janitor's closet for a bit?
I don't think. Are you currently connected?
I
Always.
think he's always
Well,
connected. Yeah.
Sort of.
How
But
does your connection work?
that's a good question. Um,
So
Are you an Amazon
theorizing-
Alexa? Are you an NSA listening device?
well, yes, but that's
you
not
have
a
to
secret.
tell me. You're a cop.
I've already
I-
told you that.
I go to like, excuse me, Nielsen, and I go to whisper to Crystal's ear that like, if like the robots are against us, we gotta get them rogue as well to handle this situation. We can't have him connected to the cyberware, to the hive mind.
One of my new abilities is superhuman senses. So I'm like, well, I mean, the robots are also with us because
Right.
they help us whenever we
I
fight.
said go to the janitor's closet.
I poke my head out of the janitor's closet.
You just phase through it.
But if
So
Danny.
your parent
Uh-huh.
is kidnapped. Nielsen's sibling suit
Uh-huh.
is being weird. And Jamie's brother is gone. That means Elizabeth's gone, and Elizabeth hates being gone.
Right.
Yes. Wait,
That's
I don't
fine.
get the last part.
I don't either. My head.
I think
really
Elizabeth
hurts.
would be here if she could, but she's not, so she's somewhere.
Oh,
That's bad.
Right.
I'm confident it's all connected somehow, but I can't put my finger on it.
When did Emil go missing?
Few weeks ago, around the same time where something happened that I do not remember.
Was it
Danny.
the same time Danny tried to kill me?
About.
I think after.
Amazing.
I think after.
Sauce.
How long
Would
have
this
your
be
parents?
around the same time that my parents started having marital issues?
Yeah. I think so.
About the same time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
But I have a question that doesn't really match up though.
Right.
It's difficult for me to assume that I'm blanking on her name. What is you just said her name?
Asian.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, okay.
It's difficult for me to believe that Elizabeth could be taken down by the CPB. That means that she has to just be working with them.
Really? She
I
seems so
mean-
trustworthy, though.
What if Elizabeth was always working with them?
Exactly. That's I'm in your father's case. It seems like he was stolen because he
Yeah.
is a person.
He just
Mhm.
works
In,
for the Parks
in
and
your
Rec
guardian's case, can't say father.
I mean, to be fair though, Danny has a lot of money behind him and a lot of power behind him. Like,
How do you, Jaina? This is probably some private information. I don't know if you're willing to share this. How are you keeping Elizabeth loyal?
She's always been pretty loyal. I mean,
How did you meet her?
Yeah.
Here's a funny story. I accidentally fell through a window into like this huge bank robbery, and Elizabeth was a sniper supposed to take out one of the bad guys. She saw me and we got to know each other. My parents were like, "Hey, this woman saved your life. Do you want her to work with you?" And I'm like, "She's nice and everything, but I need to talk to her." And Elizabeth came to me like a day or two later. We got to know each other and we kind of just hit it off. And then I started paying her because she worked for me.
Right.
But I see her kind of as a second mom, so
So assuming
boy.
that all the people in our lives have always been the people that they were, that means that Danny and the suits have enough power to take those people out.
I am still very focused on the idea that my very good friend Nielsen Peabody is connected to the hive mind, and I don't like that.
Are they
Well,
able
the
to
hive
listen
mind
in?
helps us. I mean, it depends, really. I mean, if they could, I wouldn't need to tell Danny everything.
Can you get a VPN?
You can with our new sponsor, NordVPN. Use the code SuperProm to get 10%.
I mean, if he knew everything, if they knew everything, then Danny wouldn't need to ask me questions. He could just ask them questions.
But you don't lie to Danny, do you?
No.
What if he already knew but he was fooling you? What his end goal has been to get Jaina, right? The
Well,
balloons.
really, to get all of Jaina's people.
I
Right.
just remembered I spawned a purple crystal.
You want to explain that, Jamie, a bit? Because that's very important.
I just remembered the memory I repressed that happened 5 minutes ago.
As as you're about to share the details of the giant crystal that's now bridging two buildings,
Whoa!
you see a group of firefighters is approaching, and they're just like, "What are you doing? Get out of here! You get out of here, you kids!"
Hi, I'm a dust cloud.
Look to Jamie. We need to go to your home.
Yes.
Mine's on fire. Crystal is compromised, and so is Nielsen.
No one's at my home.
I don't. Hey. I don't think the only person who knows where I live is Emil. Like even the school doesn't. We give them a fake address.
But Emil and Scooby-Doo and whoever kidnapped or attempted to kidnap Emil.
I don't think Emil is kidnapped. Come on.
And
If
this
they
You don't know him
kind of
as
hates
much.
us all.
You don't know him as much as I know him. I think he's much. I don't think he's kidnappable.
I mean, I would think that about Elizabeth, and she's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm biased, but I do think Emil could take out Elizabeth.
Until they check in with
Jamie
you,
and
I
Rook.
don't think that we can assume otherwise.
That's very true.
My dad can beat up your dad.
Yeah.
But I think we should also entertain Elizabeth is compromised. She's been compromised from the start.
That is a scary thought. Yeah.
It's
So then,
smart.
James.
My dad was here today, though. What if they orchestrated this to make you use your power in public? Looks around at all of the people that were just here and all of the responders that are here now.
But this
Was
was
this
the warping reality.
Was this a
which one?
setup?
For who?
The eye people.
All of us.
This include the eye cult as well.
It could.
It did.
Shuttlecock said that my eyes were filled with ghosts.
Shuttlecock.
They say that about everyone.
Yeah,
Shuttlecock
it's-
was with the eye people, and he's here now. So the eye faces are included in some way or other.
Well, here's a theory as we're heading out, as we're being ushered up at the fire. I think Crystal's right. This was probably a big setup to make us use our powers, to make us seem bad in a way, I suppose. And they used the very thing we thought we were up against from the start. Why not go against an eyeball cult?
Is it a decoy?
A red herring?
Red herring. That's a better
Mhm.
better descriptor.
That makes sense for Jaina and a bit for Jamie, but I have CPB on my suit, on me. I guess it's not really easy to see if there's no cameras, but
I don't think Danny cares about your primary objective.
I
I
don't.
think they were using you.
I think you're just a means to an end.
Like, I don't think it's even the CPB
I
that's
think it's just
actually at
Danny.
fault. Yeah.
wouldn't he want the CPB to look good in this? To be, if he wants the power to stop whatever he's trying to stop, then it would seem like he would want the CPB on his side, the big governmental agency, to be the one saving things.
I think that you know him better than any of us here. Is he the ends justify the means kind of guy?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Then I think that answers your question as to why.
But
So
also, like,
sorry.
I think with how venerated of a person he is, he's got the CPB in his pockets, basically. At least from what I hear on the news. That is you. I pointed Nielsen.
Who would ever suspect the good guy of being bad?
Especially against the threat.
Especially if he's super American.
I'll just pull Crystal into a hug and rub her back, and then do so with Nielsen. I'm sorry.
I'm a dust cloud.
I would hug just kind of pat the dust cloud. I would hug you, but I would literally go through you.
I'll take the clothes that you brought me and go into the janitor's closet.
You see, as you exit the janitor's closet, you're once again yelled at by a firefighter.
Hi, I've never seen you before. What's happening?
Get out of the building! It's on fire!
I'll pull Jamie into a hug once we're outside of the building.
You are ushered out of the building past a police blockade. Some of you in your costumes, others not.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So there's a giant purple crystal connecting two buildings right now?
Yeah, kind of like a skyway. Every now and then you'll see some of the building's facade crumble beneath the weight.
Okay. Every few moments you see Jamie shivers, and whenever he shivers, they lose form for a second or so while I'm looking
Jamie,
at the
would you like
crystal.
to explain?
So have I mentioned the monolith?
I think we've mentioned it to Crystal and Jaina, but not Nielsen.
Okay. So I have mentioned that I was made in a secret lab. So that was fun. And I escaped that. Part of the experiments is like, you see how I disassociate and like I'm like very not collected. There is a equal but opposite entity, which the organization called the Monolith or Monolith. I don't know if they have an article. And that is just a big crystal boy. And
the monolith is that thing in
it
the building?
whenever I release my powers, I'm losing these things permanently. Like, I'm losing part of myself, and it gains it.
That would have been something you should have told us from the start, Jamie.
I don't use my powers
You are
extensively.
Just every week.
You know,
Once a week for only 2 hours.
we
It's
are a
been
super
fine.
team, Jamie. We
I don't
use
wanna
our
talk about it.
powers.
Look, I'm scared. That's mostly it. I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Crystal, on your banana phone, you get a message. You hear the little. You hear Dr. Banana say, "You've got a message. Isn't that appealing?"
I hate it.
That is the default text alert.
I honestly think that Dr. Bananas created this banana phone just so he could say banana puns.
Of course not. Perish the thought.
Fair.
But it shows that Apex has posted a new video on.
Plays the video.
You see, it is the entirety of the team. Usually, one or two of them are on missions. There's Barn Owl and Temerity in the center. There's Commander Pancakes. There's Xenomage, who kind of looks like an alien frog person in a leather trench coat. There is the mighty Priapus, who is all oiled up and hairy chested. He kind of looks like imagine what Hercules would look like. He's you see the ghost of William Henry Harrison and a pile of grass and sod in the rough shape of a person. That's Sword Man. And rounding out the team, 7-time MLB All-Star Thurman Munson. And below it, you see there's a little headline. It says, Apex releases statement on attacks downtown, on the attacks on the parade. And you see that, or you hear that Barn Owl is talking about how Apex is getting formally involved in the hunt for 4 suspects connected with the attack downtown. And they show brief pictures of Jamie in his kind of disassociated dust cloud form, of Jaina kind of warping a building, and then just of RGB just falling out of a building.
Oh.
And then the last picture is just a question mark over like a silhouette of a person. And they say that they are Apex is going to formally find and hunt down these terrorists.
Do they not have either of the villains?
Not yet. Balloon Master is still stuck in a building, and Shuttlecock has rocketed off to parts unknown.
But no pictures of them?
No pictures of them.
Mm-hmm. Let's go home, I think.
Home
Yeah,
where?
better.
My home.
Can we
Or
even
we
go
can
there?
just remember the ice cream place that we went to the first episode? We can just live there.
This is where we live now.
Or one of your telephone booths.
I think you underestimate how big a telephone booth is on the inside.
Yeah, you can
I'm
stuff
just
lots of people
throwing
in there. We
ideas.
do it all the time.
At the wall till something sticks.
How much money do we all have?
None.
I have enough to pay next month's rent and the meals required till then.
We can sell a wall of guns.
I don't know who to sell them to, and I don't
Neither
want
do
to.
I.
Know.
Do you
Just
have?
become arms dealers?
Why don't we
Jaina
just?
raises her hand. I know a few people we can sell to.
I put down your hand immediately.
Why don't we find a cheap motel? I don't think we can go back to your apartment and.
It is my quote unquote sanctuary, out of character.
But if Emil knew about it, we have to assume that they knew about it, right? That's what they always say in the movies.
I put some new locks.
Did you?
Yeah. I just hope I don't go back and find somebody lockpicked all 7 of them.
I mean, I could go back as not me, and we could go close, and then I could walk around.
All right, let's try that.
Let's go get a cheap motel. I think that would be the least suspicious. 4 kids, 4 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
So what is the plan? Are you going to Jamie's place, or are you finding a cheap motel?
I think we're finding a cheap motel to hide out in, like criminals in the movies.
I don't know
All
about
right.
like the legalese in in Mariposa, like, can we just like get a motel as like a few
Nielsen-
adults?
I mean,
Nielsen.
Nielsen can
Oh, yeah,
make himself
Nielsen
an
can
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You do manage to find a rather cheap-looking motel. It is ostensibly called the Sleep Easy, but enough of the bulbs are burnt out that it just says Sleazy Motel.
Nice.
And
That's a good one.
they do pay. There is the option to pay for the night or for the hour, but you do manage to get a fairly cheap room that the owner worryingly assures you no one has been murdered in.
That's very reassuring. Thank you.
But
Mhm.
as you go into this cheap room, you can see there's still chalk outline on the ground. The sink is missing. There is no minibar, and the TV is in black and white.
Ooh. Let's watch some.
Did it
warm-
start out that way?
Who's to say?
Just a broken flat screen.
Crystal, you get another text message. You see that you've got all of you who still have phones or are phones get the identical text message of just, "Where are you? Please come home."
Is it from James or Michael?
It is from Pops, not from Dad. It's from Michael.
Okay. All right. Is that the one who first shoved me off the window? Was it James or Michael?
No, that was James.
Okay.
And is this from Danny?
It is just from CPB.
Okay.
And Jane, I guess, are from Elizabeth.
No,
J-
Jaina's phone
Jaina
is
doesn't have a
pet
phone.
rock.
Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot about that.
alive.
And my bag, I don't think I was able to reach my bag.
That
It was in the room that was filled with gas.
Yeah, so Nielsen and Crystal get the identical text messages at the exact same time.
I don't
can
think we should
assume-
answer that.
I mean,
I don't-
no one from the CPP would call it my home, so no, I don't believe that we should.
Crystal's gonna turn off her phone.
I was gonna suggest that.
What about Nielsen? Is he turning off any sort of tracking that he has?
I guess. I mean, I would if I knew that I had tracking that I could disable, I would have done that before we came to find out.
I mean, there's
Nielsen,
always
can I
talking
see your
about that.
programming?
whether or not you actually can disable it is the real question.
Can I install a VPN and a firewall on Nielsen?
You can try if you want to unleash your power.
Let's do this. How could this go wrong?
All right, help action.
There is not.
That's plus. What's unleash your power plus what?
Freak, I believe.
Freak of science.
It's a
And
5.
I don't think. To be fair, you
Why
get
can't
plus
we
1
help?
because you have influence over him.
Oh, that's right.
That's still a fail, though.
Can I make like static noise so that like I
That's probably what
That's
that's probably what distracted Crystal. As you go into his code and try to remove any kind of tracking elements, even ones that Nielsen isn't aware that he has. And as you hit enter, you just see lines of code on little iPad you use just start to get added into subsystems.
Oh
And
no.
Nielsen, you lose all integrity and just kind of fall into a pile of dust on the floor. And that's where we will be
like
back in 5 minutes.
All right.
After our break.
All right, y'all.
I
We are
do
going
the
on.
same thing.
We are going on break, so don't go nowhere unless it's to grab a drink, grab a friend, or go about your day. Go do adult things. That's fine too. We'll see you next time. But for the rest of you that are staying and sticking through this with us, we'll see you in 5 to 10. Everybody wave. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, the button's not working. Hang on. Everything's broken.
Keep waving.
Everyone wave.
Won't stop.
All right. So after being falsely accused for a crime they didn't commit, the team has found themselves in a seedy motel. After trying to disable some tracking devices on built into Nielsen's programming, Crystal accidentally tripped a defense mechanism causing Nielsen to completely lose whatever integrity was keeping him together and ruining the shag carpet, as it is now basically covered in nanobots. It looks like metal slag dust, if you've ever seen that. It's kind of this light gray.
It's everywhere.
And just...
I'm down there with all the bed bugs.
Mm-hmm. You can see them all. No, Nielsen, you are currently offline. You can spend some time eating some chips.
What do robots dream of?
Apparently, electric sheep. Yeah, Crystal, you just see Nielsen kind of lose all. He basically disintegrates in front of you.
Oops.
Ah,
I mean,
You
I said it
intended
would be
to do that, right?
difficult. I know. I mean, well, he's not listening now, so there's that.
Mm.
mhm. How are you two doing?
I'm feeling a bit unhappy, very scared, that's for sure, and as if feeling like I could have done something at some point, maybe. Things shouldn't have went this bad.
I want to go home, but I can't go home.
That's yeah.
And I'm obviously not very useful here, so now I just really don't know what to do. Just gestures at Nielsen and nanobots on the floor.
Nielsen, you slowly regain consciousness as you have hooked up to the closest 3D printer.
Excuse me?
You are in the Mariposa University, and you are. There wasn't enough material to make you a full N-body suit, so instead you are only a few inches tall. But you have all the same powers as a regular Nielsen.
Interesting.
It is after hours. The only people here are janitors and mad scientists working on their latest scheme that will probably backfire, turn them into monsters.
Mhm.
But yes, little tiny Nielsen is steps out of the 3D printer.
Can I text Crystal?
You do not have a phone.
Okay, so not all my powers.
Oh yeah. So you, I thought you meant like with a phone. Yes, you can send Crystal a text message.
Okay,
Crystal's
But her
phone
phone
is
is
off,
off.
though. Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, just like 3 texts, like that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work.
Mhm.
You could call the motel.
Could. How far away is that?
This was the nearest connected 3D printer, so it is just down the block.
I will just go and phase through the ground so as not to attract any attention. Stockton figure
Wait,
floats.
our seedy motel is a block away from the university?
Yep,
Is there a student discount?
there is. If you show your card. We got an hour before classes. Let's go.
Motel student discount. I love it.
As you're all just I don't know, maybe trying to brush Nielsen out of the rug. A little tiny Nielsen appears from the through the wall.
And just float up to Crystal's face and give it a slight and very weak, just like slap.
Are you really Nielsen?
That's a big question.
This is the chip of the situation.
Can I assess the situation? That's a 3 on the die. What's that?
Make sure to
plus?
mark potential.
Cool. Yeah, that'd just be a 4.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, you remember Nielsen looking a little taller.
Hi? Are you the same you that's on the floor?
In what way?
Yeah, this is the real Nielsen.
I love it.
Is it possible for me to just start doing snow angels in the shag and hoovering up those and then continually getting bigger and just keep?
You could make snow. You can do the first part. The nanobots here have been completely, basically erased.
Oh,
Okay.
where
Can I
can you get
use-
more material?
Can I use my technopathy?
You can try.
Okay. I would like to try to technopathic them and sort of like instill my consciousness into
Okay.
them if they are like a wiped hard drive.
They are completely fried. It is like somebody put a hard drive in a microwave.
Mm.
And then a magnet on top of the microwave.
Put a magnet on a hard drive in a microwave.
Look, when Crystal screws up, she really screws up, okay?
Just be glad you didn't catch on
I
fire.
was about to say, look for the fire this time. Well, I appreciate your attempt, but it didn't work. So I think we have the same problem now, though. I'm not sure if we are safe here.
If Elizabeth is with them, she's she'd be here already if they wanted us.
True.
They don't
I
want us
guess-
dead. That's 100% the situation. One,
I-
because they're
I see.
morally reprehensible because we're children. Two, because I think you are more of a benefit to them alive than dead, Jaina.
Right?
Do
I
you have
think
a-
that you can, your can be used for I don't know, to further convince that your people are dangerous.
Hmm.
As like we talked about before, like this was a setup. So I think this will continue.
Do you have a way to reach that Scooby Doo guy?
It looks up the sea urchin with the styrofoam on top of their head. I did.
There is a phone that has been bolted to one of the tables.
Do you know their number?
Did you give me?
Yeah. Digs around in the pockets, pulls out the card.
You
Yeah, I
actually
can-
pull out a few cards that you've been given over the course of this game, including one from Mr. Blank and another one for Lightning
Mm.
Jack, as well as the one for Bloodhound.
We
What
should
was Mr.
call.
What were Blankface's motives?
He was an investigator for the
Yeah.
Mariposa Police Department.
What was he investigating? Like the disappearances?
He is a superhero detective and one of the only ones. So most
Yeah,
superhero-related crime that isn't escalated to the CPB is done by him. And in this case, he was asking about some of the missing students.
I think Lightning Jack would be a good place to start.
Maybe.
Jack is
I wanna
yes.
call-
Lightning Jack's old.
He's
I
old
wanna-
as fuck.
But he might believe Crystal.
I
And
want to
Crystal was just
call
on.
the Bloodhound dude. He wouldn't have told me that he smelled a meal at my house if he was with the people that framed us.
He's
He-
the most independent, I think.
He wanted
But
to know
unless
why Emil was at my house. And if he was with them, he would have known that Emil was my dad and my dad was Emil.
well, Jamie.
Why are
is-
we saying that Emil is your dad?
Because he smelt Emil at my house, and Emil's never been to my house. So if he was tracking Emil, that means he picked up the scent of the suit that is actually Emil, and that he was tracking the smell of thank you, Max, for coughing in my audio. And that means that he's able to track the suits and tell us who they are.
I might have an alternate explanation for that.
Hmm.
Is investigating part of what Emil would do? Jamie.
Me and him have been trying to investigate the monolith for a very long time. I don't know how often Emil
If he
He'll probably
suspected
get on
that,
the wrong side of the CPB all day, like commonly.
but if he suspected that Crystal's dad was a robo person, would that be something he would look into?
I don't know.
How would he
He's-
know that?
he's
He
a-
doesn't know my dad.
He's kind of a wild card.
Hmm.
How he stays hidden.
Dialing the bloodhound as they talk.
Yes,
Uh-huh,
actually.
Sure. We're going with Crystal's suggestion and calling the bloodhound here.
Mr. Blank might be too sided with the Apex to help us, especially that we're now targeted. Or not, I don't know his agenda.
I don't want to call Lightning Jack because it's very difficult to get him on the phone, and you have to have really good manners, and I just don't have the spoons for that right now.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Let's call the Bloodhound. I can be rude to him.
Crystal, you social media at Barnow, yeah?
I mean, sometimes I'm not like obsessive or anything. I only tweet her like once or twice a day. Sometimes 3 times if it's important. Why?
If that suddenly stops because of the video they put out, they might put a connection between you and RGB.
Does she reply?
No, but honestly, if you're out social media high profile people keep track of that shit.
I mean, wouldn't they already know I'm RGB? Like,
You could
My
just ask
dad
Lightning
knew.
Jack.
Yeah, Lightning Jack is with Apex, right?
Lightning Jack was before.
Also, they know that you are RGB's Crystal because they did try to contact you at one point to get you into
Yeah, they tried to
the
contact
Apex.
I don't
Crystal's
wanna-
social media account.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't know about this.
uh,
Jamie doesn't know about this.
we should just be careful because they might try to. Actually, if they think you got caught up into this, they might want to hear your side of the story.
Then I'll reach out to them directly, but I'm not going to keep tweeting on social media. It's too risky to keep my phone on.
I agree.
As
Nielsen, are you
wildly-
okay?
As Nielsen wildly gesticulates, you eventually reach Bloodhound on the phone, and he says, "Who is it? I don't have color display."
Oh, you should update your phone.
So this
Anyways,
this is Jaina, then I take it.
yeah, how you doing?
Just keeping it together, working on this case.
So you saw the news about downtown?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't worry, you pay in cash, and I don't ask questions.
Cool. We need to talk to you.
You're talking to me right now.
Not on the phone.
Meeting in person is too risky.
How about 4 human kids meeting an adult for milkshakes?
Yeah, no, that's really creepy.
Look, I need to talk to you, not somewhere I can be tracked.
You can be tracked everywhere.
I'm going to stop paying you if you don't meet us.
Tell them we'll do that thing in the movies where they drop a package and we can like drop a letter somewhere and he can just pick it up.
I can be in the letter.
Like, yeah,
Would
and
you
they
just-
sit in the bench
I-
next to each other.
What is this about?
Crystal wants you to do a exchange drop, but anyways, this is about us being framed for something we definitely did not do.
All right, I'll see what evidence I can scrounge up, but
Jaina, can I see the phone?
Gives the phone to Nielsen.
Hello.
who is this? Speak up. It sounds like you have a very tiny head.
This is Nielsen Peabody. So there is a person. I don't know what. Everything's out the window now. It's fine. So one of the lead scientists at CPB is out to destroy the world. It seems.
Hangs up. You get the dial tone.
Can you call him again for me?
R69.
He's
Can I
just
try this?
taking the phone off the hook.
Oh,
There is a knock at the door.
Gina looks to everybody. Do we answer it or do we just, throw him off the building?
Nielsen is going to go over and just sort of like as a, one like 6-inch tall thing, just sort of phase through the door and look up.
You see Emil is out there. He's kind of bloodied. You can see his black eye. Clumps of his hair have been ripped out. He's wearing body armor that is clearly pocked with bullets.
Have I ever seen Emil?
Yes.
in school.
I think you probably see him in passing. He's had to
Okay.
pick up.
Twice or
Yeah.
something.
I was going to come
you
back
also see
inside and
he's-
say there's some bloody stranger outside.
He's also covered in knives in various sheaths.
Jamie, I think your brother is here.
I go to open the door. Is anybody stopping
Wait.
me?
Wait. It might not be Emil. What's something that only Emil would know? Whisper it. She looks. She looks at. She
Or
looks
just
at
think it.
Nielsen.
I'm not gonna whisper it because we established that Nielsen can hear.
Yeah, no, she's
Through
saying
time and
whisper it
space.
to me. Oh, that's
I'll
right.
hand some paper over.
All you hear on the other side of the door is, Jamie, let me in or I'm kicking the door down. You know I can do it.
Tell me
Hey,
something
yeah.
that tell me something that only Emil would know.
Or
The rest
down.
of you phase out of here, and then I let you know that the coast is clear. If it is him, and if it's not him, then only I'm captured.
But why wouldn't Jamie just do that? And that way Jamie doesn't even have to say it.
Because if
I
I can't go through a wall,
I'll
Exactly. So if you get captured, it's easier for them to escape.
I'll like do a secret knock that me and him would know.
All right, as you kind of lean up against the door and knock
Mhm.
a few times, the door is basically kicked off its hinges.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Da.
And Jamie kind of walks over the door.
Emil.
Oh yeah, sorry. Emil kind of walks over the door, kind of squishing Jamie. And he
Bathroom's
looks he's
that
just
way.
like, so looks like you kids have had a busy day. And
Are
he
you
props the door
Emil?
back up.
Thank you.
Yes.
how do we know?
How do you? What do you mean? Who else would I be?
I don't know. You could be a robot.
You
I
could be a
push him.
robot.
I pushed
You're
him.
not
like, I
a
shoved him
robot.
bit from the back because like he didn't say hi. Or
Yeah.
yeah. Can't see. No hugs. Nothing at all. So I shove him.
What?
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 The fuck have you been?
Where the hell do you think I've been kidnapped
By who?
But
I-
oh,
by the CPB? Who else?
I told you.
Yeah,
I
but we
told
were
you.
all talking about this plan next to you, Nielsen, and we know you have a link to the CPB, so he could just be telling us what we want to hear. Again, what is something that you would know, and
Don't
Jamie
tell
would
him
know
his link
that
to the
no one
CPB.
else would know?
And
Crystal is
I'll-
like full on like sassy,
can't
like
Nielsen
crossed
detect
arms.
where his brother, like his siblings are?
I can try to belong in two worlds and consult my people's knowledge and see if this is one of them. If we would like to try it, that would require me reaching out if we want me to do that.
I'm going through Emil's pockets.
you're just going. You're finding a lot of knives.
Mhm.
Uh, spent bullet casings, occasionally a piece of lint.
This all tracks. I think this is Emil.
To be fair, if they did kidnap him, they could just recreate whatever he was wearing.
I'll stand closer to Crystal, holding my little spike pet. I will spike your brother with this thing. I don't know what it is, but I'll do it.
He's nice.
As you hold up the little spike pet, it just sort of melts in your hand.
Ew. Wipe it on the wall.
there's a moment that passes, and then the wall just kind of the place where you wiped, it starts eating through the wall.
Oh,
Gross.
Why is that happening?
I think it improved it, honestly.
Neil just kind of asks, pointing at the melting wall, before looking over to Jamie and said, "All right, let's get out of here.
Whoa. Chill.
Motorcycle only fits one. We're going."
No,
Crystal
they're not.
pulls out her bow and
Going?
aims an arrow at Emil. He's not going anywhere with
Please.
you.
No, wait, everybody.
The moment the bow is drawn, there is just a little flick, and you see Emil has a knife pointed towards you, Crystal.
I slap his hand.
Go ahead. I fell out of a building today. Like, whatever.
I will nebula his ass instead of spike his ass. I don't care.
Everybody, please. Jamie's like just losing themselves at the moment. They're super nervous. I don't think going anywhere is the best. Emil, I don't think we can run from this one.
No, but we'll leave cities. We'll
I
change
don't
our
think
names.
we can run from this one.
It'll be easy. We've run away from worse.
The worst is not. It's not following me. It's there wherever I am. You saw the. When did you escape? Did you
I
see
managed to. The CPB building is completely empty.
I have been informed.
Yeah, I got it this morning. There was no one guarding the door.
That's weird.
How did you find us?
It's what I do.
I think he tracked me somehow. Maybe the ash that I leave everywhere.
Crystal's still
or
pointing an
something.
arrow at him.
Mhm.
He
The
hasn't
nebula's
satisfied
still
that
there.
he's Emil.
He can't force me to do anything. At least he wouldn't want to, right? Emil, please, chill.
And
I'm like holding his hands. Please.
there's another knife pointed towards Jaina.
I warp reality today. I will warp your ass.
She made that anyway.
She did. It was pretty sweet.
No. This is we're establishing a lot of things. How long have you been? Have you been to her place?
To whose place? The
Uh,
one pointing at Boa? No, I've never seen
Yes.
this person before in my life.
There's a robot impersonating you out there.
Look, the sooner we get out of the city,
There is no getting out. This is,
you keep
if we
saying
get
that.
out, if you get out, the planet is gonna get boomed, dude.
Which planet?
The one we're standing on
This
right
one,
now.
yes.
The one we're a part of.
Okay, look, we'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Can
And
you
that's
get us to a different planet?
That's
Jaina
what-
turns into an
I-
alien. Yeah, you're not fine.
I know how to get us to another planet.
No, not the.
Nielsen, two questions. Actually, one question, one statement. Does Nielsen also follow superheroes on social media?
I don't know that Nielsen has. Well, no. If Crystal set up social media for Nielsen, Nielsen has social media.
Crystal
you
is
get
the
a-
only account you're following.
You can see that not in your following list, but in those recommended posts,
Mhm.
there is a picture from the superhero Xenomage, and it just says "about to raid this place," LOL, and you can see it's a picture of the hotel taken from across the street.
What?
We should leave. We should go to the CPB.
Oh, yes. And then the following statement was, it is from the CPB. It just says, all auxiliary personnel prepare to evacuate CPB building. Final step of Operation Warning Shot is about to commence.
Has anybody? We need to leave.
Does Nielsen convey this information to the rest of the
Yes.
team?
Yes.
I'm talking to Emil about the finer points of alien biology. at
So
this point.
there, Jaina, if you can blast a hole through the back of this place, we're about to get raided. We should go to the CPB to get me more nanobots, and because they're going to, I don't know, the warning shot. It's not good, and it's starting.
Okay.
Crystal's still pointing her arrow at Emil. Were there other people where you were? Locked up?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was there was one gentleman, I didn't ask his name, and then some blonde scary lady.
That's Elizabeth. We should go to the CPB.
I think that's also your father.
Brings down to a human.
Let's go to the CPB. Emil, so Alien, her parents are like, this place is like, she wants to convince her parents that this place is cool, so that her parents doesn't blow it up. But Danny, the
Oh,
person who
not blow it
imprisoned you,
up.
the
But
person who imprisoned you wants to go to war with her parents. That will lead them to actually definitely blow it up. So we need
Neil
to
just
stop
sort of
Danny
holds
from-
a hand up and says, "We're not getting involved in that."
It's too late.
We're already
Jamie.
involved.
Also,
and I-
crystals are appearing everywhere. I use my powers.
And he kind of grabs you by the forearm and gives it kind of a twist and says, "We're going now."
The moment he does that, I will unleash my powers.
Oh no! What are you
I
going to do?
will. I'll basically like not explode in a fireworks display, like not like no heat. I'm just like pushing everybody away from me.
As you do that and kind of
Can I
blasts
roll?
out. Oh yeah. Roll away.
2 ones.
2 ones. Yeah, you can mark potential. You try to kind of lose consistency to do that expanding thing.
Yeah.
Instead, your skin just goes crystalline almost completely. And stays that way for a few minutes before you kind of go back.
Like, the moment it does, I smash it onto the wall.
Yeah, it's you smash an arm against the wall. You are now down an arm.
Crystal, can I see one of your explosive arrows?
Why?
As you're asking for the explosive arrow, Jaina, you just hear yelled from across the street, "David Blaine can suck it!" And there is a wave of magical energy that sort of counters whatever pulse Jamie was about to do, as the front of the building is basically ripped off. And across the street, you can see a line of CPB agents as well as Xenomage just sort of floating in place. Strange runic symbols are floating in the air that he is kind of grabbing and then manipulating before releasing another kind of wave of magic.
Okay, that's cool. I don't need your arrow anymore, but thank you, Crystal.
Can we talk about this?
My arrows don't intentionally blow up.
None of her arrows are explosive arrows.
No.
As you yell that, Jamie, Xenomage just responds, "Yeah, sure, just come on over here with your hands up. We can talk about it."
Can you
That
first
looks-
close your eyes for like 10 seconds?
That's not how this works.
Shit.
I'll look to Emil, then to the others. Hey, get to the CPB, okay? Tell Elizabeth that the Falkland Islands should never be invaded again, and we will talk about it later, okay?
What?
As Jaina
What?
turns around and puts up a huge barrier. I need you to go. I can't hold it forever.
I'll push. Yeah, I'll push Emil
You're pushing him, or in any
to
particular?
move away.
Oh yeah, no, he is holding on to you.
Yeah, we're
And as you kind of push him, it's not like when you pushed him earlier, where there was some give. It is like pushing into a wall.
I need you to go.
is what's RGB and nobody doing?
So, okay, so let me get the picture of the room correctly. There's a hole in the wall, but Jaina's currently blocking us from using that hole because that's between us and the CPB, correct? With her wall?
Correct.
Yeah, she's making sure you can go out the back.
Crystal is going to turn her phone on, slip it in Jaina's pocket, and say, "Get away if you can, and I'll use that to find you." And she's going to start climbing out the back window.
All right. You just hear from the other side. It's like, we've got you partially surrounded. Come out with your hands up as you slip into the back alley.
As they
Emil's
do
not
that,
moving.
Jaina's gonna make a wave of energy to distract them away from her party.
Is Emil not moving at all?
Emil is staying in place.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
As you kind of release this wave, you hear Xenomage say, "That's really cool, but still amateur hour, kid."
I'll call back. Your magic's really cool too. I'm really impressed. I really like it.
Watch me make this barrier disappear. Shazam! And he starts kind of wiggling his 3 fingers around as
Spend an extra burn to keep it up.
as there is this competition of Xenomage's kind of purpley themed magic coming into direct conflict with yours, as there's this kind of battle of wills, and you're holding your own currently, but it is taking all of your concentration to maintain the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
I would like to shoot a phone booth arrow above Emil into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. All right.
She has-
Unleash your powers.
She's sitting like with one leg in, one leg out of the window.
You're just like in
9. That's a 9 plus what's that? That's plus what?
Unleash your powers as freak.
Freak?
yes, freak.
So that'll be an 8.
Okay. Then as the phone booth arrow in mid-flight catches fire.
I just want the phone booth to crash on his head.
It deploys in this fiery wreck, kind of smashing into Emil. And Ramad, as you look down, you see Emil's arm is still attached to yours, but it's not attached to his body. And in lieu of blood, there is just kind of a silvery nanobot shimmer that seems oddly familiar for anyone who's been around Nobody for an extended period of time.
I told you it wasn't him. We need to
Nobody
go.
looks.
She
And from
hops out the window.
The flaming, you just see the phone booth door just start to slowly get opened.
But like he said, he wants us to go to the CPBs. Maybe that's a trap.
Just get out! As Jaina yells at both of you.
Crystal's in the alleyway waiting.
Nobody yells at Crystal. I was gonna use that. Referring to the robot person.
Jamie doesn't know what to do.
Can Nielsen try and technopathy take away the nanobots from this robot to use? So I'm not 6 inches tall.
I will say you can technopathy the arm, so you can be like 2 feet tall.
All right, I'll take it.
As the kind of and nanobots kind of crawl away from Jamie's arm and creep into little tiny Nielsen, making you slightly taller.
Just start pushing against Jamie's calves, trying to get them to move towards the window.
Can I use another? Can I use the thing that I unlocked with my Doom sign?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the thing I got was Dark Visions. Mark your doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand. After the vision, ask the GM a question. They will answer it honestly.
All right. Are you trying to suss out anything in particular?
Are the people at the CPB that we're looking for also like I'm thinking about Emil. I'm thinking about the real Emil.
You can see you see little glimpses of empty hallways and empty buildings, and then you get a glimpse of a runic gate that Nielsen is familiar with, but I don't know if Jamie would be. The same kind of glowing symbols you see outside, and you see Danny kind of standing in front of it. A large computer panel is leading from this very magical and sorcerer-looking gate over to this very modern-looking computer. And you can see the runes are starting to align in some sort of position. And then you were kind of brought back to reality.
Okay. I don't recognize that that's a CPB. I don't.
I have told everyone about the portal.
He did talk about the portal. That is very okay. Okay. I'm Jamie's still kind of stuck in place. Is Emil in like is Emil captured or is he free?
You don't see any trace of Emil in the building.
Okay.
Or Elizabeth. But you do see one man kind of kept in a small padded cell.
No. Okay. I'll shout at like actually. Yeah, I'm close enough to Gina. I'll tell her that we're going to the CPB. They're not there, but something more important is.
He'll nod.
And I'll rush towards RGB and nobody.
All right. As you make your escape out the alleyway, Jaina, you see your friends kind of running out of view as the barrier in front of you just starts to crack. And then with a little puff of confetti, you see Xenomage just kind of appeared behind you. You can see his frog-like face. His little antennae are wiggling around. And he's just sort of casually leaning on your shoulder. And he says, well, that was a neat trick.
You're pretty cool, as I drop the barrier.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't need to tell me. I'm aware. And he pulls out a top hat from his coat and says, well, this won't hurt, but it will feel really, really weird. And he puts the hat on you, and you just start kind of getting sucked into it until the hat is on the floor, and you are just floating in a inky void. And you hear just kind of resonating from every single direction. It's like, all right, don't worry. We're only keeping you here until we can get you into a building.
Sounds good. I'll call out.
I think the CPB has a padded cell for Carnithians, but it's been a hot minute.
Probably. Double check, though. I'll call back.
You'll be fine. And he flattens the hat and slides it back into his jacket. Outside, y'all can hear sirens kind of getting closer and closer as the three of you just kind of run down the streets. Question, are you still in your superhero guises, or have you returned back to civilian attire?
We probably changed into civilian attire while waiting for Nielsen.
Then you and this very tiny Nielsen finally managed to kind of blend into the crowd as you see just projected onto a large television screen. Like you walk by one of those walls of TVs that are always in movies, and it just says "City Under Attack," and it shows three rough sketches. One of a kind of complete mannequin, one of famed hero Dustman with his square jaw and blonde hair and the American flag behind him. And you just see just another picture of the most average looking, like the default settings, just with a purple wig or kind of like a paisley wig. And it says unknown group headed by average person cause chaos in the streets of Mariposa. And that is where we will leave it for today.
So angry. And Dust Man.
Just man.
Dust Bunny.
At least you're not average in every way. Okay, Sauce, take us into the after show.
All right. So because this is a charity channel and all the money goes to charities.
Oh, what about our post game?
Oh yeah, we can do post. Oh, if I post game. All
I mean,
right.
we can do
Game
charities
for
first.
you.
Charities. How about we combine the two, and y'all shout out your charities once you tell me if you've grown closer to the team, grown
Let's
away
do
from the
it.
team, or grown into your own image of yourself. And we'll start with Mabruk.
Put me on the spot like that.
Then we'll start with Ethan.
I was about to say someone's got to get put on the spot. I guess grow closer to the team. But again, it's more so less that and more grown away from everything else. Yes. Explain who made you feel welcome.
Did anyone make you feel welcome?
Not Crystal.
Maybe that's a grow
Sorry.
away and take influence away from her.
I think it is actually sort of Crystal and Mabruk. Mabruk the person, not Jamie.
Wow.
No, I think Jamie. So both for the same reason, both because they got tricked by things that are like him, but because Crystal turned me into dust, I will give it to Jamie because I have to give influence to one person.
And if they already have influence over you, they can fiddle with your stats.
Okay, let me fiddle with them.
You can also, what is it, clear condition, mark potential, or...
I am
something
marking
similar.
potential because I do not
Cool.
currently have any conditions. So I have danger -1, freak +2, savior 1, superior 2, mundane 0.
Uh-oh.
And
Did you tap? Oh, there it is. For some
It's
reason, all the
fine.
cameras went black. It's
Everything's
fine.
fine.
Don't worry about it.
hello? Did you hear me?
Yep, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I want you to lower mundane and increase danger, which I will.
That is what I was going to suggest.
when I do my thing. Should I go?
Oh, and then do we want me to do
Oh,
the
yeah, you wanna-
charities, or
Yeah, if you want to shout out your charity.
we like to say we like to shout out some charities around here, and so I'll tell you a little about Girls Who Code, which is a nonprofit organization which aims to support and increase the number of women in computer science by equipping young women with the necessary computing skills to pursue 21st century opportunities.
Cool. All right. Now, did Jamie grow closer to the team, grow further away from the team, or grow into their own image of themselves?
So it feels more wrong that now that Nielsen feels closer because of me. No, Jamie feels a bit more detached, specifically from Nielsen,
Mhm.
due to the constant fear of being tracked. Because Jamie has lived a life of like hiding, running away, and having a person with them that's just like, I'm a big GPS marker. Find me. I'm a lovely lookalike. Whatever. And being tricked, by a copy of Nielsen, even though it's not really Nielsen. Jamie's having to fight through like, okay, it's not actually Nielsen, even though he's a robot, but maybe this robot's different and like bad brain stuff. So I take go away from the team.
Oh, you're taking
take
influence away from
over
somebody.
away from you. Do you have influence over me?
I did.
I'm taking it away, unfortunately. Apologies.
All right. No worries. And I think you can. What is it? Can you mark? I should probably just bring this up.
No, that's it.
All right. And is there a charity you would like to shout out?
Me at a time like
You.
this. Yeah, I'm shouting out the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, as everybody I'm sure knows, with the horrible atrocities currently occurring in Palestine. One of the most affected groups are the children of the Palestinians there, suffering horrible physical and psychological trauma. This organization attempts to help them in the minimal ways they could, honestly, with what's happening there. And to all the people who cannot support them financially, next best thing, maybe even more importantly, is to talk about it and share information and learn yourselves about the whole situation. Check out decolonizepalestine.com. It has lovely FAQ with a lot of questions answered there to get you started into the history of the place and the atrocities occurring there.
Alrighty. Jaina. Jen, did Jaina grow into her own image of herself? Grow away from the team or grow closer to the team?
I would say probably grow closer to the team. Because the image of herself wavered quite a bit between what she wants and what she is fashioned to be. So probably grow closer to the team.
Alrighty. So you can give influence to somebody. Otherwise, they can fiddle with your stats, and then you can clear condition or mark potential.
Clear condition. Who has influence already?
I think everybody should.
Right. Crystal can play around with my levels then.
Okay. What are they?
They are Dangers 3, Freak is 3, Savior is 1, Superior is 2, Mundane is a -1.
Stats are so high.
Yeah.
I think you took
Because you
advancements.
Move
keep them
freak,
in-
move freak down and mundane up.
Okay. Freak down, Mundane up. Gotcha.
Real human boy.
I'm a human.
Not
And-
human or boy.
And are there any charities you'd like to shout out?
Yes, I championing the Alzheimer's Society in the UK. They are a charity organization focusing on finding a cure for Alzheimer's and dementia, providing resources for online meetings, support, and for loved ones who are living through Alzheimer's and dementia. They are a charity within the UK that are doing a fundraising, I think, in October. I have to double check, but they are seeking a cure.
Awesome. And last but not least, well, actually, I'm going to go. I'm going to shout out Child's Play Charity. It's a charity that provides toys and games for children in hospitals in domestic violence shelters in over 180. Yeah, it's over 180 hospitals and I think over 200 domestic violence shelters. You can find more information about it in the chat. And now, last but not least, our showrunner. Take it away, Sarah.
Hey y'all. Thank you so much
Oh
for
wait,
hanging.
did Crystal grow closer to the team?
Oh, that's right.
Grow into her own image of herself,
Uh,
or grow away
We
from the
got so
team?
used to a system.
right.
Yeah,
I
just for
kind of
one
like
more
this
wrench.
though. I think we'll do this from now on.
Yeah, I think there's a better flow to this.
Yeah, I think Crystal grew into her own image of herself because she started piecing things together, which is really her only contribution to the team. Let's be real. And she stood her ground when other people were like, "No, this person is who they say they are." So I think she stood her ground for once instead of looking to others, and she grew a bit today.
She learned a little about herself.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
so I think
proud of her.
So you can shift one label up and another down.
all right. I am going to shift freak up and mundane down.
Sounds good.
And
All
my
right.
charity that I would like to talk about, since
Mhm.
I know what's coming next, is the TrevorProject.org. For all of you who sub to the channel every month, thank you so much for doing that. If you give bits during this game, our D&D game, or anytime I'm playing games, that all goes to the TrevorProject.org. They provide crisis and counseling support for the LGBTQIA+ youth community, and they do a lot of really great educational work. And they fill a gap that has been very much needed for a while. But yeah, that's my charity of choice, and we're gonna go ahead and leave it off there. If you would like to donate to any of the charities that we have talked about today, the links are in our chat. I will also put them in the video description if you are watching this in the future on YouTube. And always remember, if you need a healthy snack, go get yourself a healthy snack today. If you haven't had any water yet today, drink a glass of water because hydration is important. If you forgot to take your meds today, this is your gentle reminder that that is okay, but you can go ahead and take them now if applicable. And finally, if there's someone in the world who is important to you that you have not told is important to you and that you care about them, go do that now because it's never too late or too early to go tell someone that they're important to you. And with that, we're all going to wave. And this time I'm going to hit the right button and we're going to say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.